Hi, my name is Max and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Stellate. Today, I want to give you a very quick overview of our GraphQL metrics. I have a demo dashboard open here that I will use to walk you through all the different features that we have in our GraphQL metrics. Fundamentally, our GraphQL metrics are optimized to give you a high-level view and insight into what is happening with my GraphQL API in production. It all starts off with the base request view, which logs every single request that your API sees to give you at a quick glance just information on what kind of traffic your API is getting. Now, all of our metrics can be scoped down to any time frame from the last 15 minutes to the last 30 days, and even can be narrowed down to any specific date and time. We also allow you to filter all the views by a bunch of different fields that you might want to filter by. For example, if you only want to see all add to cart mutations that were sent, you can filter that in pretty much every view of the metrics, as well as many other things. Now, this view gives you insight into every single request that you see, which is helpful for debugging customer issues and just sort of knowing what's going on with your GraphQL API. Then we give you aggregate views. The first one is the operations view, which gives you aggregate information on which operations your GraphQL API has seen across queries, but also mutations. And here for each operation that we see, we aggregate for you the cache hit rate if you're using caching, the latency, as well as the error rate that they have. And so here immediately we would be able to spot that, hey, our product listings page query sees a whole bunch of errors, 943 errors in the last day, whereas our product detail page only has 3 errors, and our product with use and recommendations operation also only has 4 errors. So these two are less erroring than the product listing page, and so it might be worth investigating the product listing page operation and seeing why it errors so frequently. Now, for that, we've built very detailed error tracking that by default groups it by the error code. And so you can see here on the path products in your GraphQL schema, there have been 978 error events across 4 clients and 1 users. And really, it seems like something's wrong with our external provider, because this has hit all the clients and many different versions of those clients. Products are currently unavailable. You can see something's going on with our external provider products, and we might want to look into what is happening with this provider and why are they sending back that the products are unavailable. We also have an ungrouped view where you can look into literally every single error that your API has seen. Similar to the request view, this is just basically focused down on the specific errors that happen. So you can see here in the order path, the full error message that was sent back, something went wrong while fetching the order unavailable, as well as the full query that triggered the error, and some more information on the request that we see. Now, importantly, for both error events as well as performance events, you can send alerts. We integrate with PagerDuty, or you can just send an email or a Slack alert whenever there is either a spike in performance or errors, or for every single one, we will alert you just fine. So you can use this to trigger incidents should you see a significant error spike. As you saw also in the error overview, we track how many clients you have and how many versions those clients have. This can be enabled with a simple header that you send from your GraphQL client, and we will track which client and which version of the client sends each request and sort of hits errors or sends operations, etc., to give you a bit more information on the different clients and a bit more of an overview of what's going on across your different clients. We also track users, which really just means which countries they're coming from. As you can see, we only have users in North America, but if you had users in Europe or Australia or Africa, we would sort of show you your global latency, as well as the browsers that are most often accessing your API, and devices, in our case, just 2 others. Apart from your traffic, we also have metrics on your schema, and we give you insights into your schema. And fundamentally, this breaks down your traffic in production based on the schema information that you provide to Stellate. So here you can see, based on the operations, how often are various operations used, which ones have the highest latency, and which one have the highest error rates. So as you can see, even though earlier we were looking at the product listing page and saw a whole bunch of errors, let me move my face out of the way. Actually, the product listing page only has an error rate of 0.6%, but product orders have an error rate of 3.3%. So something's definitely up with product orders, particularly across these 2 different operations. Product orders is also the slowest operation that we have. It takes about 2 seconds compared to about 1 second for all the other operations. So that is also a performance impact that might be worth looking into. Now, operations aren't the only way we break this down. We also break this down by types or even by fields. So you can see which are your most used, highest latency and highest error rate types or fields. In our case, you can see most used are the query, obviously, because we see a lot of queries, including the product, and then also image, user, and then a little bit of order. The slowest is the order type, the cart item type, and the highest error rate is the order type, which makes sense. It's the same as the operation. In fields, you can even drill down to it really on a per field level, so you can see which fields are used or slow or have a high error rate. We also track unused fields, so in case we had any unused fields in our schema, we would show them here so that you can remove them and deprecate them from your API. Further, we keep track of your schema versions to make sure that we know whenever the schema changes, what has changed. We sort of analyze it for you and give you this information, including detecting any breaking change in your schema that would break existing clients if it were deployed without those breaking changes being removed from the client. We also have a CLI that will check for this in a PR. So even before you deploy, when you run stellate check, we will make sure that there are no breaking clients that will actually affect any clients that are still relying on the old version. That's sort of a quick overview of our GraphQL metrics across the sort of production metrics and insights, as well as the schema insights. Still, we also offer GraphQL edge caching. We also have some security features to protect against common GraphQL abuses, including rate limiting and security filters. So if you have any of those needs, please come talk to us. We would love to explore your use case with you. If you do want to enable the metrics, it literally takes 5 lines of code in your GraphQL server. We have plugins for Apollo Server, Apollo Gateway, Apollo Router, GraphQL Yoga, GraphQL Strawberry, GraphQL Ruby, soon GraphQL Java, as well as any other server. If you're using a server that we don't yet support, that we don't yet have a plugin for, please just let us know, and we will happily build a plugin to make it easy for you to use our metrics. It takes 5 lines of code. You sign up to Stellate, you input the token, and you're ready to roll. Let us know if you have any questions. Please reach out if you want to explore Stellate further with us. We're always happy to give you a demo specifically for your use case.